This is my Australian Red Cedar Toona ciliata that has decided to signify spring. My photography skills are usually better than this, but God, I don't know. There we go. Started to shoot about 2.5 weeks ago. So that told me that it actually was happy. So then 2 days ago, I bought this as an $8 special from Bunnings in about April, May. And it was pretty sad. I actually soaked it in sea salt water for 24 hours or so, and then it sort of started to pick up a bit. It was very dry. Over the winter I decided to just leave it alone. Sat it in a water bath for a few months until the wet weather started, and then sat it out of the wet weather, out of the water bath while it was raining, just so that it wasn't sort of drowning. Anyway, as it started to shoot, I thought, okay, it's happy. I will repot it. So I did that 2 days ago. Bare rooted it, and found that it's actually, the base is actually a quite a very big, thick corkscrew. Amazing shape with just beautiful markings. So actually the shape of the base told me to put it in the thing like this. What I did was that when I took it out and found this gorgeous corkscrew with sort of some pretty healthy, happy roots, but all the roots went downwards. So what I did was that I wired some main roots, trimmed a couple of roots that were coming out of here, and then wired some main roots, just sort of make them come outward a bit more. Not exactly 90 degrees, 45 degrees to the trunk, not 90 degrees to the trunk, because they were too thick to do that, but bring them, instead of going down that, they're out like that. And then I put it in the pot this way. It's actually quite thick, quite a thick base. By no means is it a stick in a pot, and it's certainly not, it certainly does have taper. So put it in the pot, wired it in this way, and used some twine to sort of make it come down. And then the next day I was able actually to pull it down further. So I actually quite like this line now. Really nice. So we'll see what happens. What I've noticed, I've come out today, 2 days later, and it's shooting. It'll be very difficult to be able to get that on film, but it's shooting from the lower down the trunk in multiple places. I think it's going to be impossible to get, but there are all different kinds of growth points where it's now shooting today. So I can't wait to see what this thing does in the next weeks. See how it declares itself, because it certainly has character. There's actually a really good shoot in here. in there. So before I repotted it, the only shoots were on the top. But since I repotted it and then wired it, it's now shooting further down the trunk. So extremely happy with this Toona ciliata. I wired it and bent it the way it suggested to me to be bent, because it did have some fine movement. So I just exaggerated the movement that it had and pulled it down a bit, pushed it down a bit. So we'll see what happens with this beautiful, beautiful, iconic Australian tree that has so much history associated with it, and so much history in my family as well. This is a really meaningful tree to me. Australian red cedar, Toona ciliata.